I thought it was a heck of a game. I was really proud of our players' ability to fight and compete at the defensive end of the floor. I thought it was a much improved performance from us there. We had really struggled in the first two matchups to defend Jacksonville State. Unfortunately, offensively, we weren't able to make enough plays. And then I thought the shot making of Darian Adams late in the game was just huge for them. Congratulations to Jacksonville State on the win. Again, I wish we could have created that consistent defensive effort throughout the season. I think we would have been a much better team, but wasn't quite good enough tonight.
All right, let's go first to Adam. Go ahead, Adam.
Coach, what did you do differently defensively tonight against Jacksonville State, or was it sheerly kind of an effort deal for you?
Well, we just played straight man-to-man. We mixed some of our coverage in the post a little bit. Huffman creates so many issues for you there. But we had struggled in our zones and in our traps in the first two games against them, and they had really hurt us from behind the three-point line. Hit 9 at our place, hit 13 at theirs. So we wanted to do a much better job there. I thought for the most part we did. In the first half, I think they were around 28% from three. In the second half, we took away the catch and shoot three. But, wow, those were some big-time shots Adams hit off the dribble from behind the arc.
Talked about struggling a little bit offensively. You hear me, Coach? Sorry. You talked about struggling.
Volume on this? I can't hardly.
Sorry, you're fine. You talked about struggling offensively. KJ and Tevin obviously got hot in the second half. Were you guys trying to get maybe a third scorer involved to kind of distribute it a little bit differently?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought KJ and Tevin were really terrific offensively and also on the glass. I think it combined for 47 points and 16 rebounds. We had some other guys open for some looks. We just didn't shoot it at a very high percentage and missed some opportunities there when they were really converging on Tevin or helping down in the post on KJ. We just weren't able to knock down enough of those other opportunities.
Let's go next to John from Hoops HD. Go ahead, John.
Hi, Coach. Can you hear me?
Barely, but I'm listening.
Is this better?
Yes, sir.
Great. Two questions. As a team that almost beat Belmont in January, do you think that this tourney is still wide open, or do you think Belmont is head and shoulders above everybody else? And number two, you don't have a lot of seniors on the roster, so while it sucks to lose right now, are you excited that there's a lot of good things to work on and work with next year?
Number one, Belmont's had an incredible year, and congratulations to them. They're a very good team, very well coached. But I think every conference tournament in America is wide open. They always are. It's why everyone loves March Madness. So certainly with the season they had, I'm sure they're the favorite. But, every conference tournament's wide open. The second part, we'll get to work tonight, really evaluating how we need to move forward as we look to next season. This has been a challenging year, been a roller coaster of a season. And, we will certainly get to work right away to fix it and get back to where we need to be.
Let's go to Blake next. Go ahead, Blake.
There we go. Coach, with 4.5 minutes left to play in the game, you guys had a 6-point lead, and then JSU rattles off a 7-0 run. What did you see from your perspective during that 7-0 run?
Big three from Adams. Might have even been two, but I know they hit some big shots. We did not crowd his space enough off the dribble. It was late in the shot clock. And they were contested. But when you're playing against a shot maker like that, you've got to make sure you take away the rhythm three off the dribble. And I thought he had, even if it was a couple inches, it was a couple inches too much of space there where he knocked down some big shots. And then offensively, we didn't convert on our end.
Let's go back to Adam, and then after that we have time for one more if somebody has it. So go ahead, Adam.
Coach Tevin talked about just the defensive effort that you guys had tonight and how frustrating it was that you guys didn't play like that all season long. From your perspective, what prevented this team from playing like that more often than not?
Yeah, it's a great question, Adam. I guess the only answer I would have, I think when you're a leader, which when you're in coaching, you're a leader. When you're a leader, it's your responsibility to build a winning culture, or in our case, going into this season, sustain a winning culture that drives behavior that leads to winning results. It's no one else's responsibility. That's my responsibility, and didn't get it done at the level that needs to be done to where you can perform consistently on and off the court, in practice, ultimately on the game floor. I think that's my responsibility, and certainly did not perform to the level that was needed to sustain the winning culture that we've worked extremely hard to build here. It's an interesting study in analytics. There are a lot of numbers that, when we go back and kind of break down the season, a lot of numbers that were in our favor. Whether it's being top 10 in the country in field goal percentage or top 12 in the country in assists, and I can keep going. But the analytics don't measure a lot of things. They don't measure toughness, the connectedness of your team, practice habits, and so forth. So I think at the end of the day, I just didn't sustain a culture that leads to consistent winning.
Let's go to Ed to close this out. Go ahead, Ed.
Coach, just kind of in this immediacy of the season ending. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
In the immediacy of this season ending, what's the message in the locker room? What are you guys talking about now, right after the game finishes and everything just kind of didn't fall in the favor and the way that you wanted to? What do you guys talk about?
After tonight's game? It was cutting out, Ed. Did you say after tonight's game, what did we talk about?
Yes, after tonight's game, what's the clear message to the guys at this point?
I think there'll be time in the coming days to break everything down and really start planning for the future. But the message in there is, you appreciate the efforts and competitiveness of our team and their preparation this week. Obviously, wish it would have been more consistent throughout our season that way. But I certainly can't lack our effort or our fight or the effort that the passion we played with on the floor tonight. I thought we were much better. But again, credit to Darian Adams. He hit some big shots. Henry had a huge offensive putback there late. And Jacksonville State has a really good team. And they obviously are a better team than we were.